I'm usually the faculty member who has my students out in the community locally doing projects that are meaningful to our citizens in this area. So this group of fourth year students is taking me on a journey that I would not normally take.
Going into the semester, Travis asked us, what have you not done yet? Like, what do you want to do? And almost all of us said hospitality, because we all had an interest in some type of commercial or hospitality design. So he was really great and set this up.
So I don't know how common it is to have leadership show up for student meetings, but it was impressive that we had a number of people from the resort leadership show up to initial meetings, and we expect to have them there when the students present their work.
I knew when Travis approached me that I had some unique offerings that they could experience that they probably can't get elsewhere.
When we learned that the project was here at Wild Dunes, that we went crazy because we heard we were coming here. So really excited. And then learning more about the deliverables of the project also got us excited because, you know, we're designers, we love to design. So when we hear about the opportunities we're gonna have, that gets our brains thinking, our creative juices flowing.
So we're in kind of a design evaluation mode. The Oyster Catcher project is a perfect example. We designed a concept years ago. So here today, the concept has changed to suit the need, what our audience is looking for. And so these students are coming in at a point where we were already inflecting on what do we need for this space so that we can better communicate the concept.
Architects look at buildings from the outside in, and interior architects kind of mix the two, where we're looking at interiors and the structure itself, but we're looking from the inside out. So we're looking at the spaces and how they're formed and how it affects the people who use them, you know. They did like a walkthrough video for us, so we were able to actually like see the space, and it was like we were walking through the space. You know, being here is different. We got to see the golf course outside, which I hadn't looked at before. It felt more real, and you kind of visualize what you've designed in the space. So when we walked in, it was this big banquet room with the directors of all these different departments. I think there were like 6 people in there, plus our peers and our professor. Not what I was expecting. I was expecting maybe 2 or 3 people, but it's the first time we've had an in-person presentation. You know, everything else has been on Zoom or you know, like just a digital submission, you know.
I think the students are getting a great opportunity to work on a design in a space where they might not have access otherwise. But the resort management is also getting a huge amount of InDesign conceptualizing from the students. And it is possible to take any one of the students' designs and implement it with the right team of people on the Wild Dunes end.
It felt real. Instead of just presenting to my other classmates and my one professor, it felt like something that was actually going to happen, and I got like real-time feedback from the clients.
The student presentations were very well received. All of our members of leadership that were in the room were blown away, and even they canceled meetings to stay for the entire presentation because they were so compelling, and everybody's really, really excited for the next step and to share these sets of designs with our ownership group as well.
I really enjoyed being at the resort, but I think the tour at the construction site was my favorite because I've never been on an active construction site, especially for a big commercial project like that. And it was really cool to see the process of it actually happening, from the concept and the design that he showed us when we went to the room and he did the presentation, to the actual like building being built.
Lowe is a perfect example of an awesome development group that is working on a host of different projects all over the country. And so if one of these students wanted to go that path, they have a space there. And so I was very excited to try and give them that insight.
This is really the first time I've been on any kind of field trip with UNCG, and in our field it's really good because, you know, you get to feel the space, see the space, and that's really, you can't really learn that through Zoom or on paper or anything. And I'm appreciative of the steps they've taken and the strings they've pulled to let us come here. It's been really fun.
Resort design is not something I would typically do, maybe never do, without the urging of students. And so far, it's been a blast.
This is amazing. I have never stayed at a resort like this before. This was really cool. And if I could do this for my entire career, just come to different, like really upscale resorts and redesign their restaurants and hotel lobbies and the rooms and presidential suites, I absolutely would, because this is amazing.